Oh, I love the green shirts.
All right. Okay. I'd like to call this meeting to order in open session. Welcome to this evening's hybrid Board of Trustees meeting, being held both in person and virtually. This meeting has been made accessible to members of the public on the link at Moreland School District's website and on Diligent. Any person who requires accommodation to access the meeting has been asked to contact the superintendent's office within 24 hours of this meeting. This meeting is being recorded and may be published at a later date. With that, move to flag salute. We have some guests who will lead us today. Please tell us what to do. Thank you. You guys are awesome.
Place your hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. I just lost my notes. Oh. There we go. We got it back. Okay. So we have kids from Anderson Elementary School. So why don't you take a second and introduce yourself, what grade you are? I'm sorry?
I'm in 4th grade and my name is Cecilia.
Thank you.
I'm in 5th grade and my name is Cecilia. I'm in 4th grade and my name is Casey.
Thank you. I'll open the meeting up for questions from the board.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. You're wearing the shirts, we have notes. You are all from Girls on the Run, and you just competed your first practice 5K, is that right? Tell us about why you joined Girls on the Run and what you enjoy most about it.
I enjoy most about it is that we all can get along and have some time for each other. And I like to join Girls on the Run. It's my second year doing it, and I enjoy doing it last year. I like Girls on the Run because we get to meet new people and new faces, so that we get to introduce ourselves. And what I also like about it is that you get to just have fun. I like Girls on the Run because we get to talk to new people and make new friends. And I joined Girls on the Run because I wanted to get to know new people and run with the coach.
Do you enjoy running? Yeah? Nice.
Well, that was going to be my question.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, I was going to ask, because I personally am not a runner, so I want to ask you guys, what makes running so fun, or why do you like running? Yeah.
I like running because I just enjoy it, and yeah. I like running because it's just a motivation every day. I like running because it gives you energy and you improve your pace.
Wow. Awesome. Thank you guys. You guys have encouraged me to go for a run. I don't know. Brian.
Well, I'm probably the lone runner here. I'm very happy to see you running. I say this to all the kids that come in here, that it's really a gift for you to come and spend your night with us, with your parents. It helps us be focused on you as the benefactors of all the work that we do. As we're going to go on and meet later, when you all go home and have dinner and have fun, you'll be the image that we have when we're talking about different topics. So we'll get a chance to go how would it impact kids and what can we do for kids? And so that's why you come here, and that's why it's a gift to us. For running, I would say this. My son just graduated from high school, and he's going to go on and run at Santa Clara. Great for him, all that. But the point is that running actually led him somewhere in that story, which was it got him a chance to go to college, have some of that paid for. And so, if you really do enjoy it, it can continue as a lifelong aspect and help you get to school, and especially for young ladies that choose to continue to run. I'll leave you with that.
Thank you for coming in. How does one prepare themselves for running? What were some of the advice that you had? You have coaches, right? You have coaches. What are some of the advice that they've given you? Did they just say, run from point A to point B? What are some key things that you have learned from starting practice?
It's just not like going and running like the whole time. Mr. Long has showed us to like from let's walk like this half and then let's run the other. Also, Mr. Long has showed us some techniques of how to like finish like lap and easily. Also, they give us like plan to like walk or run, and sometimes we have encouragement. We have encouragement that makes us run more.
That's great. All very important aspects to prepare yourself for something that can be, for a lot of people, intimidating. But preparation, what you guys are learning, this preparation, hydration, water, proper shoes is what I'm hearing, and practice. So you put those into implementation, and it sounds like that's the key to success. And when you do this as a community or as a group of other friends, it can lead you to bigger and better things, right? So I'm glad to hear you guys are participating in this, and I hope you can encourage more of your friends to participate with you. It's not too late to sign up, right? For this year.
He's interested.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for coming.
Wait, I would love to say a few words.
Words.
Oh, okay, you go first.
For me, Girls on the Run is actually has a special place in my heart. Both my daughters were part of Girls on the Run. My wife volunteered there. I ran at Wasana Park one time, and I think it had a big impact on both my daughters. The older one, she's now 24 and she's working, but she still runs every day in the evening because I think it says it helps her relax, it helps her feel nice. So I'm glad that you guys are starting so young, and I'm encouraged. Thank you so much for your support, because without that, it's very tough to do that. And thank you, parents, for encouraging your children to do that as well.
Now it's my turn.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I apologize.
No.
So I used to be a runner. I ran track in elementary school, middle school, high school, college. And I chuckled at your question, how do you prepare for running? Because one time I had half of a pan of cinnamon rolls before track practice, and my roommate told on me. And so I had to run an extra 400-meter dash as fast as I could because my coach was not happy with me. You have a much nicer coach, Mrs. Laura DeMont. Thank you for being a leader and stepping up and having this at Anderson. It's such an important opportunity for you girls, and I'm really proud that you're doing it, and I'm glad that you enjoy running.
And congratulations, that's a
Yes.
huge accomplishment, a 5K.
Yeah. All right, awesome.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yes, you do not have to stay.
Is it over? Yeah. This is where you can go 5 meters?
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you so much. All right. Okay. I'd like to report out that there's no action taken in closed session, but we would be meeting back in closed session after open.
Yes.
And with that, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda with the amendment of reconvening in closed session following open.
All in favor, say aye. Oh, sorry.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Comments from the public?
Good evening, members of the,
Were you gonna read them or no?
I
As part of comments from the public.
or under the MTA update?
Or under the MT update, either way is fine.
Members of the public may address the board on any subject of concern to you, including those not on tonight's agenda. However, provisions of the Brown Act preclude any action as an unagendized item. No response is required or permitted from the board or district staff, and as already stated, no action can be taken. The board, however, may instruct the superintendent to follow up, which may or may not include placing the item on a future meeting's agenda. If you would like to address the board this evening, please complete the blue card public comment card within the first 15 minutes of the board meeting being called to order in public session. On the card, please list the agenda item that you would like to speak to. If your comments do not pertain to an agendized item, please write public comment. When your name is called, please come to the podium and state your name and organization that you are representing. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per the board governance manual. Do we have any public comments this evening? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Heather. We'll move to superintendent's report.
Okay, so I've got a few. It's been a while since we've met, so a little to catch up on. We had our student musicians from Latimer and EDS participate in Music in the Parks competition this past Saturday at Santa Teresa High School, and then went to Great America. So EDS Middle School Band, Orchestra, and Jazz Band participated along with Latimer School Symphonic Orchestra. There were 13 schools participating this year. The EDS Symphonic Band placed first in their category with a rating of excellent. The EDS Symphonic Strings placed first in their category with the highest possible rating of superior. The EDS Jazz Band placed first in the category with a rating of excellent. The judges also chose to recognize EDS 7th grader Avery Yango as the exceptional jazz soloist, and he received a special medal. And the Latimer Middle School Symphonic Orchestra was awarded the first place trophy. So I want to thank all the teachers and the parent volunteers, MEF, everybody that works to help make that a very fun, memorable, successful day. Last night, we did host a town hall meeting here so that families would have an opportunity to provide input to the revised school board policy, our cell phone policy, which we do have one. So Ed Services had a committee of educators working on proposed changes to comply with the new California state law that goes into effect this July 1st, 2026. The legislation requires that all school districts adopt an updated policy that ensure a focused and distraction-free learning environment. The committee will be bringing draft recommendations forward for your consideration in May. And then it is that time of year. The annual perception survey is underway for our staff, our families, our students in grades 4 through 8. The surveys are site-specific. They allow us to compare information and data from year to year. We glean really important information that help us plan for our school communities. We ask our students their perceptions around rigor and safety and belonging. We ask our teachers about school climate, culture, working conditions, feedback from their supervisors, and then we ask parents all other kinds of questions too. So the last day to fill out that survey is this Friday, May 1st, so make sure you get those in. Schools are having all kinds of fun competitions trying to get that participation rates up. Very creative things happening out there. I attended last week's Future Chef competition. It was held over here at Moreland Middle School. The theme was Passport to Flavor, and 7 students competed with their international recipes. Really a great time. EDS 4th grader Nanami H took home the top prize for her Kauai omelet rice. Congratulations to all of our future chefs. And then just a reminder, next slide, that we've got our open house season. Anderson is tomorrow, and then the remainder of the open house events will take place in May. Encourage all of our families to come out, board members to sign up, cabinet members will be there to support our students and our families. And then let's see, we will be celebrating the District Day of the Employee on May 6th. HR will be providing pizza lunch to all of our employees. They have a gift that they will also deliver to all employees. I will not tell you what the gift is. It is a wonderful, amazing, magnificent small gift. Lots of love is going into this decision. So save the date for our People of the Year celebration. We will recognize our certificated, classified, volunteer, and management employees of the year on Tuesday, May 12th, over here in MU rooms 1 and 2. And then on June 2nd, we'll have a retirement celebration from 3:30 to 4:30 here in the boardroom. And then lastly, as you all know, board member Shelley Hong has announced her intention to resign at the end of this month, which would be this week on Thursday, April 30th, concluding 5 years of dedicated service in the district. So Shelley is moving out of her trust area due to the conclusion of her lease. And because we elect trustees based on their trustee area, you must vacate your seat if you move out of that area. And so that is the reason for the resignation. So when I first saw Shelley, it was on Zoom, and I was studying the board trustees before I came to this district. Now, I don't know if she had blue hair or if it was the lighting. No, she was actually blue hair. But I remember thinking, wow, she's cool. She's got like some blue hair. And then I met Shelley, and I didn't realize how tall she was. And I thought, wow, she's really tall and cool. She didn't have blue hair by the time I got here. And then anything Shelley wears is cool. Right? She's got that like high school cool vibe. It doesn't matter what she's got on, it's cool. But more importantly, Shelley embodies the qualities of a servant leader and always, always, always has a focus on what is best for students. That is all of the decision making, and actually I would say that for all of the board. But tonight we are here to celebrate you. I want to thank you for your time and dedication to the Moreland community. You have helped reopen our schools during COVID. You have helped revise the district strategic plan, you've helped pass parcel tax, and you have just been a steady hand for us, and so it's really been a pleasure getting to know you and being able to serve alongside with you. So we just have a very, very small thank you. We know you like yellow. You're a little ray of sunshine.
Thank
you. Do you have it?
Can.
Okay, all right. I know that other people have comments too. So this is from Cabinet. We just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you guys, this is beautiful.
And that is actually all I have for my portion of the agenda.
All right, with that, I'll open up for board member communications. I'm sure that there are some board member communications that are.
Okay, since we last met, we had a 5K.
Oh, I forgot about, wow.
It feels like a very long time ago.
We really did. I'm so sorry, Emmy. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It really has been a long month. And so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something. The 5K that MEF hosted was fabulous. Really well attended, lots of volunteers, lots of support. In fact, MEF shared that they had double the number of volunteers than they've had in the past, which is a huge accomplishment. And they also were really successful in their efforts to seek sponsorship support. And so that was a really big boost financially for the event as well. I really appreciated the little touches, so I wanted to give a shout out to the school sites and Latimer, especially with all of their chalk art, their words of encouragement, and it's just really about just all the little touches that it felt like there was nothing that they didn't try to do to make it such a positive event. I also wanted to give a big thank you to our community. There were members who had moved their chairs out to their driveways and were handing out waters and you know, encouraging, and so it was really, again, another really fantastic event, and so that's amazing. I was able to attend the last President's Council, and so it's been a little while since I was at that meeting, and everything that's been said about what a tremendous group of parent leaders and volunteers that they are is absolutely the case. They're amazing. They are focused on parent engagement, finishing out this year with a celebration, and planning for next year. I also wanted to recognize Dr. Baldwin and Tracy Dwyer for bringing the LCAP feedback conversation to that group. It was a really robust conversation about the goals and how parents were feeling. I felt like that was a conversation that could have gone all day if we had had the time. And so that was really meaningful, and so that was really good. I attended the MEF meeting. Again, I already covered the 5K, but they are working, I wanted to just highlight, they're working to fill their board for next school year. And so Anna, I believe, is graduating out, her child, and so they're looking for president, and really encouraging co-president and co-roles, as many of the home and school clubs have done, to just help spread the workload. MMS open house, as I'm sure all the open houses will be, great attendance, celebratory tone, and just, I'm always a little bit struck, I know it because I've been going to open houses as a mom and as a board meeting for, some years, how much pride oozes in those spaces from the teachers and the staff, all staff, parents, students. It just is such a positive opportunity for students to highlight how hard they've worked, and for us to celebrate them. And so I know that's a lot of work. I want to express thanks for that. And finally, was able to attend Baker's reading celebration. I love being able to read to the kids. It's such a great opportunity, and so I'm really grateful for the invite and that the focus is on reading and celebrating the ability to read and love books. And so thank you for that as well. And that is it for me.
Wow.
I know, it's been a big, busy month.
It's been a fun month. I think, because I feel like it was like my last month, I do have a couple. MEF 5K was amazing. It was my first time actually running, walking it. It was really fun. And again, like you said, the students cheering me on really helped boost the morale and helped me get to the finish line. So that was great. We had Latimer site visit, which was with Heather, right? That was in
Yes,
April.
okay, yes, I did that as well.
We did that. Yeah, through the Latimer site visit, they were showing us all this, it was incredible going to the classrooms, Socratic circles happening.
Yes,
A lot
yes.
of student voice versus teacher voice, and I think that was really cool to see. A lot of student engagement, discussions, and super robust. That was great. Also went to Payne site visit with Ryan. I just love the energy. I think we spent most of the time just talking with Maria and Jenna, and just a lot of excitement for the school year, and also just thinking into next year. A lot of growth being made, and they're very systems focused, and so it was really great to hear a lot of the improvements that they've made as well. We also went to MMS open house. Thank you to Principal Molinelli. I think she said we hit every single classroom, so that was pretty amazing. Again, it was awesome to see the students sharing with their parents what they learned and what they were doing. Here, read this, see this, and so again, that was always a fun time. I was a judge at the Feature Chefs last week, and that was really fun. Chris and I were there with Debbie, and they are so talented. Everything was delicious. We had fusion food, some kind of Vietnamese food, Japanese food, and it was just so fun to just see them chop, bake, blend, whatever it may be. And that was really, really, really awesome to be a part of. And last but not least, I also did Baker Literacy Day. Super cute. I got to read for first graders and third graders, and again, they're just excited that you're there to read to them, and that joy that I think and that energy that you receive from them is just contagious. So that was also really, really fun. Yeah, and I saw Chris there again, so I saw Chris a lot of times during this month. But that was April for me.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to acknowledge you, Shelby, so thank you for.
I didn't know we were going to do that as part of our.
What were you doing later? We're doing it now.
Oh.
You're doing it now.
It's the same. As people think about serving, you didn't even have kids in the district. But you were affiliated with kids who love kids. And so, you always had a great heart about coming into it, and you're an incredibly smart, capable person. It's not easy to figure this out. It takes a long time. And you did it quickly and deftly, and I've appreciated your voice ever since. And so, You have done things that we have needed on this board, like attend and show up and bring energy and positivity, and you do that wherever you go. And I think that's a gift, and you'll be missed in a way. And so it is important for people to hear that you would choose to be here. And, I mean, you chose to begin with, and you would choose to stay, and that you're only leaving because we have a silly policy that says ultimately you have to live in the district and in your specific trustee area in order to serve. And that's a bummer for me that we've lost you over what is really a silly thing. But nonetheless, I'm sure you will serve again, and you were, I appreciate that you chose to serve when you did.
Thank you.
So yes, we had a chance to go do site visits. I got a chance to do MMS. An MMS site visit is always interesting. It's a complex campus. Teresa's done a very good job there of really managing and changing the culture there, and I appreciate that in the work. She's excited about the next phase, which is also good. A great candid conversation about kind of what are all the complexities of a comprehensive middle school, from changing electives and what that would look like, to the behavioral health needs, mental health needs of our students, and what's happening for them, and how staff is working. And so I just appreciated her candor and her leadership. I think she did a nice job there. Also had a chance to sit down with Carrie at Country Lane. And again, you know, that Country Lane is a changing school. It's a different school than what it was, 20 years ago. And I think the community kind of struggles with that idea about what it now looks like demographically and the school size and shape. And so great set of conversations around what does it look like to be at Country Lane today. And so appreciated her time and her thoughtfulness too. And that's all I have. I didn't get to do the 5K, which is my one, get to represent the board running. But that's all.
I'll start with just thanking Shelley for your service. I may as well, it's gonna come back around.
Yeah.
So,
Everyone will get a chance.
I got my chance. It's not easy for person to kind of ask themselves to serve on the board. And putting yourself out there meant a lot. I mean, for anyone to put themselves up for service to a district like ours. And I think you've done a very good job of reflecting the values of our district and yourself in terms of what it means to think of the kids first. And we see that. And it's great to see the energy that you brought, the interest that you had, and the care that you delivered into the district. All of the comments and the discussions that you brought up I was always like, yeah, that's the Shelley, that's something that Shelley would ask about or talk about. And those were very poignant areas that I would not have thought of. So thank you for your time. Thank you for, serving with us. And again, if it wasn't for the silly, rules about living in the district, I'm sure you would be here for the full term, But thank you for your service.
Thank you, Larry.
Of course. In addition, 5K was there. I spent some time with Chris and Debbie jogging our 5K, which was a great time. The community, and that's really what I enjoyed most about it, was that it gave me an opportunity to see people within our community, spend time with people that we don't normally see on a regular or be able in that capacity and learn a little bit. So that's always a great time, and that's what the whole point of the 5K run was to bring the community together and talk to people and see people and have fun while doing it. And I think it was done very well. The weather was great, and had a lot of participants. And our MC, I forgot her name. Danielle, phenomenal.
Yes.
That she encapsulated the energy of what it meant to be at a 5K. So great job from top to bottom. I was also at I think it was the Payne visit first, and had a chance to talk with Mariah and Jeanette, the changes that they've made, and we did spend most of the time talking with them. And the challenges that they had faced and the implementations that they put into running and how it was going. They felt there was a lot more confidence in how things were going this year, and then looking forward and really filling in their goals for the end of this year and into next year. Their targets, they appeared clear in what they wanted to do, and was almost re-energized. I think last year was a little bit harder, and then this year they really started to catch up a lot of traction. And that's what I felt out of our conversation. And then I also had to do our site visit with at MMS with Teresa and Brian. And again, she's done a great job with what she's done with the campus and the culture. She will be missed in that respects, but we know it's being handed off and with a genuine energy to make that school continue to thrive. And we welcome her back into her new positions.
All right, awesome, thank you. Heather, I'm going to turn it back to you. I know you had some comment. Yeah, no, please go ahead.
That's okay. I'm just thinking, what other site visits did I forget? It's been such a busy month. Okay, Shelley. So when we first met, it was because you were running for the school board. And, you know, as a trustee, one thing that you very quickly learn is that the board really depends on each individual participant, right? And one change, just one change makes a very big difference. And it was a little bit, nerve-wracking because didn't know anything about you, didn't know why you were motivated to run, and all of that stuff. And you never know how an election is going to go. And so I wanted to thank you for that initial conversation that we were able to have before you even joined the board. I walked away from that feeling very good about what a sincere and thoughtful candidate you were, and served and have served that way as a trustee as well. I agree, you bring a really unique perspective that I appreciate in a very positive way. You're fun to serve with, and so that, you know, makes a difference. I really appreciate your willingness to just jump in where needed and to show up. Served as the board clerk. I appreciated that. I loved working with you in that way. And I want you to know that your passion for students and your focus on equity and wellness and achievement has inspired me. I find it to be very inspirational. And so I hope you know I'm going to miss you. You've made a very big difference here, and I'm really thankful for that.
Thank you, Heather.
All right. Yeah, of course.
I have a few comments myself. We'll start with the 5K. I had two goals when I participated. I know. We'll build up to it. I had two goals in the 5K. One was to have fun, and the second one was to beat Brian. I'm happy to say that I did both. I did both. So for the record, I did beat Brian.
It's in the notes.
It's in the notes, right? Yes. Public record. And then with Brian, we also had a Country Lane site visit, extremely insightful, just being able to understand how that school is changing and what new opportunities and challenges exist at that site, and how we could take both support the school site and the leadership there, but also make sure that everybody has a great time there. Also attended the MMS open house. Was incredible amount of energy on campus just to kind of see all of the showcase events, especially around the reading work that was going on, highlighting socially relevant books and topics that the teachers were bringing to the school, and especially in our current environment. I think it is very important to be able to, for kids to be able to be plugged into what's happening. So I think that was great. And finally, just to echo everything that folks have said, but I just wanted to say a couple things from my perspective, Shelley, is there's two aspects to your personality that I love. One is I have never seen you not without a smile. For me, that is so important because I think when people step into a role like this, where this is a people role, and being able to come to a people role where emotions are at play and everything, but you come with a smile, it just makes me feel happy that I have somebody who is serious but is able to smile through that. Second is you're the only one amongst the five of us who actually has public education experience, hands-on. So for me, that was such a valuable learning experience to be able to listen to what you're saying and say, oh, that's what it means. You've taught me so much without you knowing it. I really, really appreciate that. And then, every time, one of the most important things that the board does at the end of the year is we write the superintendent evaluation. Mm-hmm. And every time Shelley has raised her hand and said, I'll do the actual writing. It's a lot of work. People really don't recognize how much work that is, but she's always raised her hand and said, I'll do it. And she's done a fantastic job of that. And it is, I can't even begin to express how grateful I am and we all are for you to be able to do that. So, and, just not coming in every other Tuesday and seeing your smiling face, it's going to be a little bit of a bummer. I'm going to be straight up. But I know you're on to bigger and more important things. So wish you all the best.
Thanks. Oh gosh. Do I go? Do I go now?
The floor is yours.
Okay. Oh gosh. So I did prepare a couple words.
They're so fun. I love her so much. She's so cool. I told you, she's so cool.
But I think I kind of practiced it. But I mean, it's a really bittersweet moment. I spent all of my early 30s growing here with all of you guys. I'm gonna try to.
It's not gonna work.
Not cry. Okay. I didn't think it was going to be this hard. So, 5 years ago when I first came into this boardroom, I was 29. Can you believe it? I really was bright-eyed and I think a little bit naive about what I was getting myself into. And despite being in education and knowing it takes like a really long time for things to change in the education system, I was like, oh wow, like serving on the school board, it's gonna be like these big moments. And contrary to that, I realized and I learned that Moreland isn't about the flashy, and it's really, really about the people. And for the past 5 years, I've learned every single week that it's the people here that, it's not for the recognition, but everyone really genuinely puts kids first and really wants the best for them. And I think that has really transformed me in the past 5 years. And so really quickly, just to my fellow trustee board members, just thank you so much. Thank you for being patient with me as I learn to navigate this role. Oh my gosh. Just leading me, supporting me, just guiding me by example. I have just the grace that you guys have shown me as I really figured out who I was in this role has meant the world to me. To Dr. Khan and to the cabinet. You guys, your guys' leadership, your transparency, your dedication to the district and to students has really shown me what it means to lead just with passion and with just purpose. And working alongside all of you guys have changed me into a better leader, just even at my work, and I just hope to emulate any of that in whatever comes next for me. And to the Moreland staff, teachers, administrators, classified employees, I think you guys are the ones that really make Moreland special and perfect. Every time I'm out in the schools, I see everyone just fighting the good fight, making sure every student deserves and has access to that quality education. And truly, Moreland would not be Moreland without you guys in the front lines. Overall, to the Moreland community, thank you for accepting me. I was a stranger when I first moved in, and I jumped right into this role. Thank you for giving me a sense of belonging and a place to call home. I thought I had so much to offer, and actually, I'd leave knowing that I received so much that I gave. And I want to say thank you. I am still within the Moreland community in the Moreland district, so I will be around. I will always be a Moreland advocate, and it has really just been a great privilege and honor to serve alongside all of you guys and just to be part of the Moreland community. So yeah, thank you guys. Oh, God. Because that is genuinely how I feel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
We all need a moment.
all right. 10-second breather.
Yes. All right, MTA union update.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm going to read the shout outs. Congratulations and we'll miss you. Sierra Vansa Baker wants to thank Christy Thurston for making school feel more fun again. Emily D. Vincenzi from Payne says Crystal Duraki is a rock star teammate who's organized and prepared each day. Thanks for all the support while I reacclimate back into second grade. And Amanda at Baker wants to shout out Angela Miko for showing up to work every day with her.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. All right, we'll move to reports and action items. Measure M audit report.
All right, so we have the Measure M audit report for 24-25. We have Rodrigo, who is joining us online, who will be presenting. Hugo apologizes for not being here, but he's out of town, so he's Rodrigo. So do give him a chance to go on Zoom if they want. So is he still there, hopefully?
Yes, how you doing?
All right, thanks, Rodrigo. Go ahead, take it away.
Yes, how you doing, everyone? Good evening, members of the board. My name is Rodrigo Castillo, as Chris mentioned. I am a supervisor with Christie White Firm, and I'm here to present the results of the Measure M Bond Building Fund for the year ending June 30th, 2025. Can we go to the next slide? Yep. So before I get into the details of the report, I briefly want to, just kind of outline our role as external auditors. So like in simple terms, our job as independent auditors is to review the district's financial statements and related disclosures and determine whether they are presented fairly and in accordance with applicable standards. So at the conclusion of our audit, we issue an opinion, which is included in the financial statements. And this opinion provides assurance to the board, to the community, or to anyone that might want to read the report. I also wanted to note that this report is only issuing an opinion on the Measure M bond building fund. And then next slide. So we issued an unmodified opinion on the Measure M bond building fund. An unmodified opinion is basically the highest level of assurance that can be provided. So this means that we did not identify any material issues. This also means that the financial statements are presented fairly in all material respects as of June 30th, 2025, and it is in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. So again, I just kind of want to reiterate that we issued an unmodified opinion, which is the best possible result that can be given. And you can find this on page 14 of the audit report. So this slide kind of just gives a brief overview of our procedures that we performed during the audit. So like starting with cash, we review the county treasury records and we compare these with what was recorded on the district's accounting system. So we just want to make sure that everything matches accurately there. So for account receivables and account payables, we look at transactions that occurred after the year end. So we want to make sure activity was recorded in the correct fiscal year. This is especially important for accounts payable since the fiscal year ends in June 30th, and a lot of the construction activity usually happens during the summer. For bond funds, the typical revenue is usually just going to be interest income, and if there's going to be any new issuance. So there we focus on making sure that they're recorded accurately. And for expenditures, we compare current year spending to prior year spending. So we're looking there to see if there's any significant changes or any trends. And we also test individual transactions, which I'll go over in the next couple slides. So in addition to our financial audit, we also issue what is called a performance audit, which this focuses specifically on how bond funds are actually being spent. So our focus here is making sure that the expenditures align with what was approved by the voters in the Measure M ballot, and that the funds are being spent as intended. A big part of this is our expenditure testing. This is where we select samples of spending and verify that the expenditures tie back to allowable projects and cost. We noted that there were no salaries or benefits charged to the Measure M, so related audit procedures were not applicable for payroll. So here's where we have our results of the expenditure testing. So we tested approximately 7 million of non-personal expenditures, which represented 94% of the total expenditures for the current audit year. And again, I just wanted to mention that there were no salaries or benefits charged to the Measure M during the year, so payroll-related audit procedures were not applicable for payroll. We tested 2 out of 5 contracts that were awarded during the year. So we tested the Anderson Elementary HVAC replacement project, also the County Lane Elementary garden fence project. So for these projects, we noted that applicable bidding procedures were followed and that the contracts were given to the lowest responsible bidder. We tested only 1 change order, so 1 out of 2 change orders. So for change orders, we verified that the change order did not exceed 10% of the total contract. And also we verified that the change order was properly approved. And then also based on the review of our overall expenditures, we noted that there were no instances of bid splitting. So this can be found on the last page of the audit report. So here you'll see that there were no financial statement findings, no performance audit findings, and that there were no prior year findings as well. And you can find this information on page 16 of the report. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you for the board for your time, and I could answer any questions you guys may have.
Any questions from the board?
It's the only time the board looks at me. It's pretty cool to me.
I was generally looking in that direction.
I have no questions. I appreciate that clarity.
Yes, thank you. And thank you to Chris and his team for also the due diligence that allows us to get get a highest rating possible. All right, with
It's hard to
that,
have questions when it's such a
I know.
beautiful report, yes.
Okay, and do we have to?
Yeah, recommendation is to accept the.
Okay,
I move to accept the Moreland School District 24-25 Measure M Bond Audit Report.
do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so moved. We'll move to the discussion and action items. 7A is a resolution establishing procedure to fill Board of Trustee vacancy by provisional appointment. And for those who are probably not following, there is a board vacancy.
So staff has prepared a resolution for you all to consider. As you know, Trustee Hong is stepping down at the end of this week, and we will be filling that position, and the board needs to formally decide whether you will move forward with a provisional appointment or order a special election, which is at the cost of the district. And so this resolution would be for you all to discuss tonight in public and take action on this in order for staff to move forward with any processes.
Any questions from the board on the policy?
Well, not a question, just clarifying.
Yeah.
So the past practice or preference is to find somebody to appoint. It would be great, and so that's obviously our preferred state. Prefer not to have the district have to spend money for a special election if we don't need to. The trustee areas obviously complicate this. It reduces, just for people that might be following along, it drastically reduces the scope of which, the pool of which we can pull from. And so the hope would be that we would, in my opinion, the hope would be that we would seek first to appoint. And if we couldn't find a capable person in that we would then go to a special election. And that's what I think is the summary of the policy.
Yes.
I will just note in the resolution, I didn't read all the whereases, just to save everybody time. They are all in here. But it is important for the public to know that once your seat is vacated, we have 60 days, or you all have 60 days, calendar days, to make a provisional appointment. So it's a very tight timeline, so we'll be working to communicate out whatever it is you all decide. We do have a proposed timeline here for that provisional appointment. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out.
Yes, thank you. And I believe that there is a proposal to amend that tentative timeline, specifically to move the interview date from June 2nd to June 6th.
That's correct.
And just to be clear on why, that's a Saturday.
That is a Saturday.
From a Tuesday to a Saturday. We've done that before, it's a way to make it easier for people who are
Yes.
working potentially to be able to do that. And we have a conflict on that second, so
Yeah.
it's an effort to make it both easier and have more board attendance for that.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, I just will piggyback on what Brian was saying, that historically we have sought provisional appointments. I think actually each one of us initially was
Except for
appointed to the
Except for
board,
Shelley.
except for Shelley. I know, she's the lone wolf there. And I do think the timing is such that that would be the best first step, obviously. And I do think, it's a little bit of an intimidating step for people to take, except for Shelley. And so, I think what we have seen is that there are far more folks willing or interested in seeking an appointment than would be comfortable going through the election process. And that's not to say we've all been elected as well. That is a really important step too. But for me, I also lean towards the added expense in a special election that would be really helpful for the district to avoid, if at all possible.
Great. And I think based on the estimates, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars for the
Yeah.
district to run a special election.
Agreed. Okay. If there isn't anything else, make a motion to adopt the resolution.
as amended. I'll submit a motion to approve the resolution as amended.
Do I have a second?
A second? Ooh.
All right. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
We're going to keep that perpetually open in Shelley's absence.
All right. And now we have a public hearing. We will now hold a public hearing for the district's initial bargaining proposals for Moreland Teachers Association, MTA, as well as the Sunshine List from MTA. The hearing is now open. Are there any comments from the public or board? Okay, none? So at 6:57, we will close it. Can I bang?
Yes.
Please?
You can, that's what it's there for. Can I beg?
My life is complete.
We should have probably said, obviously, that negotiations are really important and good, meaningful conversations from everyone are meaningful. And so thank you in advance to the team, to MTA for coming to the table and, working to figure out what's best for everyone.
I would also just note for the public that it's not a full bargain year, it's a reopener around compensation and salary, et cetera. So that's the one topic that we're talking about.
Got it. So on that topic, then, moving to 7C, do I have a motion to accept Moreland School District's initial bargaining proposal with MTA?
So moved?
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. 7D is a motion, to accept the MTA's Sunshine proposal as listed in your agenda board package, which is Article 12 compensation and Article 13 health and welfare benefits. Does the board also need to accept this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do.
All right.
We've been duly told.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept MTA's Sunshine proposal.
Do I have a second?
A second?
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
7E is to award an agreement to Coplus Ed Architects for architectural and engineering services for MMS fire alarm replacement project.
Yeah, so we're asking you to recommend the contract for architectural for the replacement of the MMS fire alarm. As you know, it's over the past couple of years, we've been kind of keeping it going, but it's after a full comprehensive kind of evaluation of the system, we need to replace it. So we want to move forward with that project.
Is this for just the architecture or the engineering as well? It's for both, right?
This is for both, yeah. You have the scope of the work, but yeah, it kind of covers the design development, the construction documents, the DSA, the bidding, kind of everything, and all those.
Because otherwise it's really expensive just to, I mean, it's expensive nonetheless, but.
In general, yeah.
Are the other school sites already fine and they're
We'll have to get to those eventually.
so starting with MMS?
Yeah,
Okay.
That was my question as well. So where are we with the other school sites? Yeah.
it is something that we're aware of and we'll keep an eye on as we progress. Right now, they're functional, schools are safe, they work. MMS works, it's just as at that point where we need to.
So I was wondering, we have a few contracts in tonight's agenda. Were the standard bidding processes followed, or is this a little bit different? I didn't see anything.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different. With specialized services, you don't have to go through the whole bidding process. You just have to show that they're competent and they're qualified for them. And so there's a government code that allows us to award these kind of specialized services around like architectural, contract management, surveying, those kind of things, where they're very specialized.
And have we worked with Coplus Ed? Is that really their name, Coplus Ed? Okay.
Yeah.
Have we worked with?
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of work.
Okay. That's what I
Work with them a lot.
A lot.
Many.
Any other questions from the board? Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to award an agreement to Co-ed Architects for MMS fire alarm replacement project.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. 7F, to approve the contract to RTI for the Chromebook initiative refresh.
Yeah, so another big contract, about 1.3. So this is for the one-to-one Chromebook refresh. The current ones that we have has reached their end of life. So they're kind of out of warranty. This year, we've been able to kind of keep them going. Our tech team has done a great job in keeping them active for the students, but it's time for that full refresh. So this is, we use the master contract agreement 2311, which basically what that means is we're kind of piggybacking where it's already been out to bid, it's been competitive, so it's kind of the best deal for what we need.
And then we chose not to look at, like, from an ed services perspective about switching providers to like Apple or other, like, did we?
Not for Chromebooks, you wouldn't go Apple, that'd be a full laptop.
That's my point, like, well, they have a similar, like, discounted laptop model, but my point is, like, we said, look, we just want to go ahead and do the same, or?
The Chromebooks are what's best for the kids, and it meets the needs, so I think it's the most cost effective. I know Vince has done a great job researching those kind of things and really keeping the budget in line with the tech bond, budget, and keeping it going.
What was the lifespan? You said that it's come to an end of warranty.
About 4, you can stretch it to 5 years. Depends on how well they're taken care of, sometimes with kids.
And we would expect maybe in another 5 years that this would be.
We're hoping in 4 or 5 years, get through, that's our plan.
And this will be rolled out for next.
Yeah, so after tonight, if it's approved, we'll get the order in, get all the Chromebooks, and over the summer, we will make sure we get them ready to go, so day one, they'll be in the classrooms and set.
And I assume there's a plan for a recycling of the existing Chromebooks or some kind of a way.
I'm just kidding, yes. We're looking at it.
That was a long question, man.
We need to see, obviously we need to see the condition of the Chromebooks once we get them, and then we're working on that plan. Once we collect them all, we'll look at the condition and see how we want to, whether we want to, if they're functional enough to be able to give them to those students in need, is it possible to resell them? So we're looking into those when we collect them. So they'll be collected in June and we'll come up with a plan. And we'll obviously keep you informed of it.
We have so many students in need. My hope is that we can
Absolutely.
really maximize that resource.
Yeah. And I see the quantity is 3130, which is, so that probably does that, it's less than the number of students in the district, so.
Well, it's because it's third through 8th.
Third through
Yes.
8th, got it, okay. That makes sense. Any other questions from the board? Okay. If not, do I have a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve the contract for RTI for the one-to-one Chromebook initiative refresh.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Moving to 7G, which is the CSBA Delegate Assembly Runoff Elections. So I just read this. The members of the Delegate Assembly Election Committee met on March 25th, 2026 to count and certify the ballots for membership on the CSBA Delegate Assembly. Tie vote resulted in a runoff election in Region 20. The board may approve a nomination to CSBA Delegate Assembly Region 20 from the 2 members who were tied for representation. And those members were Elizabeth Halliday and Jody Muirhead. So I'll open this up for discussion amongst the board members.
So for me, I just wanted to kind of circle back to like our initial conversation about delegates, and I wanted to acknowledge, you know, obviously serving in any capacity is incredibly generous, and the willingness and enthusiasm to serve even greater purpose at CSBA is amazing. And so really, really grateful for all of the candidates. And this very unique situation with a runoff is something. For me, I went back and reread each of their statements, and they're both terrific. I think I had hoped that there would be somebody who was funded similarly to us so they could understand just a little more unique perspective. But I really appreciated the qualifications and the comments from both. So when I narrowed down where to fall, obviously I want to recognize that Elizabeth Halliday is a Moreland parent. And so her kiddos went through our schools, and she serves on the high school board. But for me, I went back to that last question that each was asked, which is the biggest challenge facing governing boards. And I really, Jody's comments really spoke to me in terms of the budget and CSBA's role in funding and advocacy in that regard. And so I am leaning towards Jody.
Jody has served longer as well.
She has served longer. She has more experience. I think Elizabeth is honestly getting started. I've not served with either of them, so like I said the last time we had this conversation, I've not served with either of them, so I can't really speak to their governance per se, and so that's why I kind of went back to the paperwork. So, others have comments?
And I think there was also, I think Jody serves in a K through 12 district, which may just broaden just the, you know, her expertise and how it affects all students.
Yeah, I wish I knew them personally. I can't, so I only have what we have to go off of. So I'd be leaning towards Jody, just because it's taken me a long time to understand this role, to then advocate for it broadly. I just think you needed some time a lot of time in the seat. I just think to understand the nuances of being in this role, I think it's important. But I could be moved if somebody felt strongly one either way.
Yeah, I don't have any strong feelings towards either, but for the position of the CSBA delegate, I think experience does say a lot, and the breadth. So I would vote towards Jody.
Do I have a nomination?
Before you move, I just want to circle back on Elizabeth, because she is a Moreland parent and serves, you know, at the high school district. We have met her, we do know her, in that we've been at Westside boards dinners and things like that. And so I know she has a lot to contribute. And so I really hope that this doesn't discourage her, should she not move forward this time.
Fair enough, thank you for those comments. So having said that, do I have a nomination from the board?
I will move to nominate Jody Muirhead for the CSBA Delegate Assembly.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Moving to consent items. Questions from the board or any items to talk about for the consent items? If not, do I have a motion to approve the consent items?
I'll move to approve the consent in aggregate.
I have a second.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Closing items, future meeting dates. Just a heads up to the board that I will not be able to attend due to travel, the board meeting on May 26th.
Just super critical that the three of us
Yep.
are present,
That works for me,
May 26th.
May 26th.
Perfect. We will miss you.
And as I shared with the board earlier, the June 2nd retirement celebration, I cannot make.
Ooh, I'm sorry, which one?
I cannot make the
June
June
2nd.
2nd
June 2nd, yes.
retirement.
And then I would just add, we already talked about it, but to make it clear, there will be a board special meeting on June 6th. That'll be Saturday. That is open to the public. So I just want to make sure we talk about, put that on the future meeting dates.
Yes, that is true. I mean, technically, even the June 2nd would have been,
Yes.
would have to be put. Now it's June 6th. Okay, all right, thank you. Any announcements, reminders, requests?
And for meeting dates, though, we still have open houses that have
Yes.
opportunities for board trustees to sign on for. I think I left the printed sheet in the closed. Maybe we can get that filled in.
Yes, and thank you, Debbie, for putting them all on the calendar. Really appreciate it. Okay. And, no worries. And just a reminder, we are going back into closed after this. So, do we adjourn?
No,
Well, we
I have
adjourn.
I have a request.
Oh, you have a request? Go ahead,
And
please.
sorry, I kind of derailed you and then I wanted you to go back. So, having Shelley's step and thinking about a new trustee, it's also an election year. And realizing that there have been some legislative changes effective January 1 of 2026, specifically Assembly Bill 1390, has taken a fresh look at trustee stipends and things like that. Stipends for trustees has not changed in 40 years. And so I think there is a real acknowledgement from what I read from CSBA actually in making sure that today's families are not encountering any barriers to serving. And so I would very much like to ask for the staff to look into any of those types of barriers, where it be stipend, benefits, candidate statement contributions. A lot of districts in our area do acknowledge and support those efforts. It's expensive, and it's, it's a big ask for folks to serve. And so in the effort of, again, making sure that we can attract and not have anything stand in the way as much as we can for serving in this capacity, I would very much like for us to take a look at. And so I'm looking to the rest of the board. That's probably going to take staff more than 15 minutes to look into the changes in legislation, stipends, benefits, candidate statements. Several districts in our area have already taken action on these items, and so I'm hopeful we can look at that.
I'm fully supportive of that, this process, so I appreciate you bringing that to the table.
It's a hard conversation because none of us are here for that, right?
Yeah.
We're here because it's an honor and a privilege to serve.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't feel good to be taking action that affects us directly. That doesn't feel good. But I'm thinking beyond us. I'm thinking about trustees moving forward, and I can kind of get past the being uncomfortable and a little bit difficult optics that might be involved. But I would like to at least start that conversation with some data.
Yeah, I mean, I think staff would be happy to look into that, but I might just add that I don't think you should feel uncomfortable. So the amount of the stipend right now, I can't remember if it's 240 or 270, it's something very small per month.
70, yeah.
That doesn't even pay for childcare, so if we're looking at trying to expand and widen the net of potential people to serve, it is a place of privilege to be able to sit up here. And so I think it's worth looking into because it hasn't changed in so long. And neighboring districts are doing it, and it would be nice to be able to tell our community that, you know, yes, you're serving, it's public, you know, it's public service,
Yeah.
but there's a stipend that comes with that and benefits and all of those things, so we'd be happy to look into that. If you all, if 3 of you say that I should.
No, hey, you're still here.
You got one more, you got a couple more days.
No, I'm a supporter. It's important to clarify, like, yeah, that $250 versus $270, I don't know what needle we move, but at least we make the gesture to say, is there something that is helpful to people that would otherwise not be able to serve? And I think childcare is a perfect example.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned childcare because when I first joined the board, $242 covered my babysitting that was necessary to be here and to be on school sites and all of that good stuff. And so that was a while ago.
Yeah, it does not cover that anymore.
It does not cover that anymore.
Yes, I used to make $10 an hour babysitting, think I was rich. That's not the going rate.
Thank
So
you.
I think you have consensus from the board, and thank you to the staff in advance for taking this up. All right?
Okay,
All right, with that, we're adjourned to closed.
yes, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.